Om Shanti. I want to thank everyone, Mandaben, Dorothyben, Sumanben, for helping to understand who am I. I remember there was a time if someone will praise you, you feel very happy and say, wow. But now when I hear, I say, that's what is needed in our Brahmin life. So we underline all those qualities for each other so that we can imbibe and be that image. I liked when Dadi Gulzar that evening said that whatever face you have now will become your idol in path of bhakti. So that's why at least it's very important. And I always believe that when God looks at me or each one of us, He should really like it and be proud of this, saying, wow, child, you are victorious. I think all of us have enough knowledge in our intellect, right? And we also do a lot of practices, experiments. But how much it has become awareness. Someone said, I'm not able to remember Baba whole day because when I go to work, I forget. I said, our remembrance is not through thoughts. There has to be awareness. And awareness is something which really, where you feel original self, original love, original self. It's not just through intellect, through mind, but creating that awareness. And came to Baba, organization was new, got lot of opportunities to go from state to state in India. And then of course going abroad, got a lot of chance to go to many countries and get Baba's service started. So at one point I started thinking I have done everything for service in the sense of, starting to serve with President, Prime Minister. I used to go sit next to first President of India. He was not well. He used to love to discuss on Gita. So he will make me sit on the bed and say, okay, talk about it. First Prime Minister Nehru, Indira Gandhi. Means when I think of service, media, and I know that we can keep going on as we have a lot of service, lot of expansion. But in my life, I always remind myself why I came to Baba and where I have to reach. I have to keep my two things, aim and destination both. Because aim is for here and destination is final destination. So, but as I say, sometimes our thinking is more on the way we had been working before. Why can't, with my suitcases, go from place to place? Why can't I, as soon as your body gets fixed, first thought comes, where next I am going? So I thought that has become a pattern. But drama necessarily doesn't want you to go same way. So drama opens the door, even there are external challenges, but internally Drama opens the door that that was your aim. And that's your destination. So even then a time comes when you cannot do physically, but when you do internally, there is a lot of contentment. Because that's how I came for. And of course, Baba makes us good instrument. He selects us and say, okay, in my life I never thought I am doing anything. I really say that Baba has to make me instrument. Many things when I think of Peace Village, I said it was Baba who, what we call it, Nimit Bhav. Because even suddenly it comes I. And then recently in our Call of Time dialogues, and I don't know how much you must be aware in your countries too, in USA, lot of good people, when I'm talking of not leaders, but very well-known, reputable people are looking for silence. They want to, from time to time, they want to know who am I and what I'm supposed to be doing. With very, very good career, someone said, oh, I have done enough, now I'm looking for something else. So you can have discussions, you can have opinions, you can have advice, and you can consult dadis, but it has to come from your own self. And when it comes from your own self, then it has power. It works very well. So whatever we are doing is very good according to drama. I still feel that Baba has given us some more gifts to use than only serving. Serving is very important, very important. Baba says everyone should get message, right? So that we have to create plans and all that. But drama will show us that what's your direction. So I was sharing yesterday, I had 3 months plan when I went from here. And not a single plan worked. So I said, but that's my plan, no? There must be something in God's plan. There must be something in drama plan. So I deeply accepted in the sense of this is the time to go in solitude, it's the time to create some kind of, amongst ourselves also that energy. So group of us in New York decided to go into weekly practices, lot of silence, and silence is important, but silence is really going above, going beyond. We are very good to go beyond everything, but we don't go beyond our sanskars, our emotions, our feelings, we think they are real, But because they are coming from sanskars, they feel very real too. So when Baba has given us knowledge, what we have to do is to emerge. Because we do not emerge enough, then what is merged keeps coming up. The definition of efforts really is to emerge. Every minute to emerge love, emerge peace, emerge. You can't just say, my feelings towards this one, like my feelings. So still we go a lot into feelings from external ways. That's why I liked one of the Murli Baba, it was 3-4 weeks ago, on Sunday, Baba used 3 words. I will say it in Hindi. One is bhav. and second is bhavana, and third is bhasha, language. And I think bhavana you all understand because Adi talks a lot about it. But bhav is really your deep, pure intent. And that is why whenever we try to explain something, we feel that somebody should understand what is this real true intent is. So I think that silence is to explore, to discover my true self. So I can say I am peaceful, I am loveful, I am soul, I am all that, right? But when will it become very natural? So silence is not controlling thoughts and saying, I'm not going to think anymore. But silence is taking my mind beyond whatever is emerging. And a lot of things can emerge which could be good also, but then we get very carried away that this is what I feel doing, this is what I want to be, this is I want to do it. So then when Baba says you should be free from desires, so as I'm saying, going beyond and above our own sanskars. And that's where you will be able to experience that. So I worked on quite a lot on my feelings. That one thing Baba also says, but whatever happens, feeling should always remain pure. No adulteration, nothing, because feeling is your main energy. And if you are feeling good, no, somebody say, how are you feeling? When you feel good, you have a lot of capacity, a lot of energy. So a lot of people say, I want to increase my capacities. I said, increase your samarthi. Samarthi, no, it was this morning, yesterday morning, Murli. Baba has given us the will of not only awareness, but samarthi means capacity. Samarthi means energy, samarthi means capacity. So it's not just intellectually, mentally we develop, but also what is spiritual is where soul is constantly keeping aim, pure feelings, even for a few seconds. If any thought comes which doesn't create that powerful feelings, change it immediately. Because when you don't feel good, you don't feel well, then everything else is not okay. So one of my aim had been how to maintain this pure energy. We talk a lot about thoughts, we talk a lot about waste thoughts. So it's like effort, or we putting a lot of time in battling than effort. No? Because we are not seeing that from how will these sanskars not only become silent, but emerging divine sanskars, emerging good sanskars, emerging. This is what you're looking for, or there is anything else? Once in a while, everyone questions one's own self. What am I doing? Where I am going? What's my... There was a time people asked Daddy, what is my role? Daddy said, role is part you play is your role. So we got very caught up into some of the external things. No? But we have to go really beyond that, and one is beyond going above. So it's a kind of silence you are creating where gradually not only you thinking less, calm, but you're only thinking what is necessary. For me, Dadi Gulzar always had been role model, and I look at her. Once a situation happened, and I said to Dadi, what do you think? Are you worrying? She said, my Baba doesn't worry, why am I going to worry? And that really stayed with me, that when we say we have to follow, we always think about surrender, leave home, give money, all that. Which, okay, that's using our everything in worthwhile way and creating our fortune. But really following is where, how did Brahma Baba made efforts. And another thing which I find in silence is you find, as I said, not only true self, but your truth, your beauty, your part. You don't question anything, but rather you say, I know what I have to do. I know what I have to do. As I say, there is no control over external factors, circumstances, situations. You can't do anything. But at least I know what I have to do, what I have to be, which is very important. So I think what we will do now is just watch, in the sense of course, what is there to think? Is there anything to think? Or there could be a lot to think. I remember one time I said to myself that it was quite a big task, and I said one thing, Baba, is I won't worry because then I am not trusting you. If it's your task, why should I worry? And that helped me so much. And then I start seeing miracles. So, Baba, I trust you because this is your task. Why I'm saying. So this even little sense of responsibility, which is good, but it also be sometimes over than we are responsible for. So silence creates a kind of very deep balance of, how do I move? What should be my drishti? What should be my words? How they should be? They emerge very beautifully. So go beyond, as I said, anything at this time, wherever you are at. But each one is moving forward, but each one is also stuck now. Everyone is moving forward, but also stuck, because it's only when you are stuck you say, well, I have to move. Can't be same, can't say same things, can't do same things. Anyone likes routine here? Every Brahmin says, oh, it's just routine, it's very routine. Someone says more word than routine is very regimental. Some people said your life is very regimental, that you have to wake up, you have to do it. But how everything should become natural. I think that's where silence will help us. Too much thinking, too much pushing, too much this, too much that is not going to. Just imagine there is a vehicle and you push it, how long you will push. But if it's run on its own, how much it can run. So you start finding that true energy, pure energy. Because that's what the soul is, no? Soul is light, soul is might. So if every time you have clarity, insight, sight, next step, next. And these days, everywhere you go, they say, be careful, there is little step. So fall is not from big steps. Fall could be something very little steps. And that also, if you miss that step, if you don't notice. So all this has to be internally processed in the sense of that that's what I have to do. But doesn't mean I have to leave everything, I have to give up everything. I don't have to do administration. Yeah, I mean that becomes so normal for us now, you know. Some people say, region, I said, I've been doing this for years. Any country, any situation, we have answers. So I don't find anything very exciting by saying, we say whole region, so then I said, then what? So why I'm saying this, that means we have to all go beyond, wherever we are at. Wherever we are at. So now when we sit, even if we use word we should forget, I don't know how we forget, but I would rather say that go beyond, go above. Moving forward is that before I used to think this way, now I don't think this way. Now I'm going to not think this way. It's like moving forward. So we will sit in meditation and kind of see where each one of us can reach in the sense of not only thoughts but deep emotions, feelings. And that is where I then connect with Baba, connect with God. When I am able to sort out inside about love, I can feel God's love. When Baba comes, it's the relationship I feel. It's Baba has come. No other expectations. So this is how we have to connect. So it's going beyond and going above. From all my temporary feelings and emotions. Very gently sit quietly on your seat of self-respect. As this beautiful, tiny, sparkling light. Yes, there is part recorded within this point, but at this moment, I am not connecting with part or drama. Seated comfortably, restfully. Making myself completely free. No desires, no wishes. Love for one's own self. You feel around you this unlimited love of God. This is real love, true love. Eternal peace. You are able to connect with God as ocean of peace. this becomes inner strength, inner power. This is called power of yoga. To be a good instrument, moving towards angelic stage. I adopt new costume of light. These costumes helps to be with angelic Baba, Avyakt Baba. from point of light to angel. This physical body is just a costume to play my part. From incorporeal to angelic. Takes me very close to my home, home of silence. Drishti of soul consciousness. I can experience a Vikbhavdara smile, a powerful drishti, loveful drishti. Bhavasrishti. Make me blossomed. Feel like a beautiful flower offering to God. God's presence. It's in silence, an angelic stage, that I could be with Baba. Look at everything from this stage of perfection.
शिव की याद रहेगी तब आँखों में समाया वो होगा। हम धन्य तभी बन पाएंगे जब ऐसा प्रिय जीवन होगा। यहाँ हमारा तन होगा, वहाँ हमारा मन होगा। जहाँ होता है मानव का धन, वही होता है उसका मन। इसलिए परमात्मा ने बताया, मुझसे लगा लो अपना मन। हम सा नहीं कोई जमाने में, रचना रचता का ज्ञान जिसे, पर ऐसा भी बनना होगा, नहीं कभी अभिमान जिसे। यहाँ हमारा तन होगा, वहाँ हमारा मन होगा। ये दुनिया तो मायावी है, माया से भला कैसी यारी। अपने तो दो ही ठिकाने हैं, वैकुंठ दुनिया निराकारी। धुंधला सा अंधियारा है, दीपक से उजियारा होगा। ये आँख भिटन का दीपक है, ये ज्ञान जीवन दीपक होगा। यहाँ हमारा तन होगा, वहाँ हमारा मन होगा। हर शिव की याद रहेगी तब आँखों में समाया वो होगा। हम धन्य तभी बन पाएंगे जब ऐसा प्रिय जीवन